Happy Halloween, everyone. I know not every country celebrates Halloween, but there are several of us who do. I normally don't generally celebrate Halloween. I guess maybe because I'm a medium and I talk to spirits every day. They say that the veil is a little bit thinner today. Of course, you know that Halloween actually originated from Samhain out of the Celtic tradition, way back, way back, way before me. I'm not even sure what years, what century. But anyway, enough about that. I've found something that I thought might be appropriate today, since today we are thinking that the veil is a little bit thinner, and this is going to be from a strange place for a lot of you. But this is actually something I found in the Bible a few days ago, and I know everybody has different beliefs about the Bible, and this can be very controversial. So I am just gonna put this out here as a thought to think about. I grew up on the Bible. I have my background in Catholicism, but I've also gone to Baptist churches and Methodist churches and Pentecostal churches. I really explored a lot of what was available to me in the cultures that I was growing up in. And now I'm hearing and exploring a little bit about some more Eastern type spiritualities. But I can't say that I belong to any particular church. Um, I am in touch with God or with Sacred Spirit, and I have a very active and vibrant relationship with Him. And I don't judge anybody who is attached to a church or who isn't attached to a church or whatever. So the Bible has always been an important book to me. For a lot of reasons. When I was growing up, I believed it very literally. I was taught it very literally, and even now I believe most of it very literally, which is kind of a crazy thing when you look at the stories there. But if you look at geology, it seems like we're kind of catching up with the truth from centuries ago, slowly, slowly. Um, so anyway, I don't really want to do a big long dissertation, which it seems like I have already, about the Bible. Everybody has their own thoughts about it. That's the bottom line. I think at the very least, pretty much everybody would have to consider it a great literary work. Just the fact that it has survived as long as it has sort of says that much for it all on its own. But I found this interesting thought in there the other day. And so what I'm going to read to you is actually from Genesis. It's Genesis chapter 1, and I'm just going to read verses 1 through 9. Verse 9 is where the really interesting thought is, but the rest of it kind of sets the story, or sets the plate up for that thought to be served on, so that you can kind of go, wow, what if that's really the way it is? That's amazing. So anyway, let me just read this to you, and then we can discuss a little bit about this thought. So Genesis chapter 1, starting with verse 1 through verse 9. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. By the way, this is the New King James Version of the Bible. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and the morning were the first day. Then God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. Let it divide the waters from the waters." Thus God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. So the evening and the morning were the second day. You know what? All we need to read is through verse 8, not verse 9. So what I was looking at and thinking about as I was reading this the other day is about this whole theory about, or this whole idea that's presented here about the firmament separating the waters above from the waters below, separating the seas from the clouds, basically, and the creeks and the streams that run into the seas and the oceans, all of that. And so the waters were divided under the firmament and above the firmament. So that's interesting. So we're actually walking around in the firmament. because we are above the waters on the earth and we are below the waters in the clouds. So we're walking around in the firmament. So that's kind of interesting. Of course, I've never really known what a firmament was before then. I mean, I still haven't actually Googled the word. So I don't know what the actual definition is of a firmament. But then it says in verse 8, and God called the firmament heaven. So if God called the firmament heaven, and if the firmament is between the waters on the earth and the waters above the earth, or the clouds, then we're walking around in heaven all the time. And when that thought hit me, I was like, wow, nobody has ever, ever, ever pointed that out to me, that we're walking around literally geographically in heaven all the time. So, you know, when the veil is getting thinner, now when I think about that concept, I think, you know, how comical is that? We are so close to spirit. We can reach out and touch spirit. If heaven is around us, if we're walking around in it all the time, are we disturbing the spirits when we do things that maybe we shouldn't do? Are the spirits influencing us continuously as we come near them? It's just a very interesting idea to me that we could possibly be walking around in heaven every single day, laying down in our beds and going to sleep right in heaven every single day. And how are we affecting heaven by our behavior? Are we making it a better place? Are we making it a worse place? Are we affecting it at all? Are the spirits in heaven at such a different frequency that they're not even tuned into us or aware of us most of the time? Kind of an interesting thing. So that's the thought for the day. I would be interested in hearing what the rest of you have to think about that. Everyone have a fantastic Halloween. I'll see you back here next time.